from Detroit, Michigan, USA. In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. Today, we're going to learn the true stories of the ever so talented ADMN. I'm going to spell it because I don't want to mess it up. I think that's admin, but
it is admin. It's also an acronym for always down to make noise.
Oh, I knew.
But yeah, I'm a network administrator engineer, so I've always been fixing people's computers. So I'm just like, I can't fight this.
So you're so used to just using initials for a lot of things, right?
Well, I'm literally the admin. So
you're the admin.
I'm literally the admin. Like there is another admin out there based out of the UK. Admin. It's just with an I.
Right.
Awesome. You should check him out. He's awesome, like disco house, sweet music. But mine's a play off of it.
All right. So let me cut to the chase, okay? So I was looking at some of the interviews that you had and some other articles that were written about you. And this one that really stood out to me, they said earning respect as a DJ in Detroit is not easy. In the land of techno snobs, where everyone's an expert and posers never prosper, DJs must stay true to their roots and never sell out. You are a true Detroiter. So why do you think it's so hard to earn your respect? Why do you think?
Oh, geez.
Tell. You better shame to death.
You know how ruthless it is around here. So it's like there's so much talent and there's so much. This is the roots of techno. You got to come correct, and people don't play no bullshit. Excuse my language.
No, it's good.
Especially with the previous generations who created this music, it's a lot to live up to, and there's too many people out there that aren't contributing, and that they just want it for the fame. And like it's not about the fame, it's about the music, it's about moving this thing forward, it's about doing something that I view as meaningful. Whether or not other people do, that's it's all subjective. It's art. It's all subjective, and I just want to bring something to the table. For me, it's like that means something to me, that represents what I came up with. I've been to every movement. I've been going through it since I was 15, so I'm aging myself here. But it's just like, but as far as like, it's back to that comment, is that statement is, it's like it's very guarded. The movers and shakers of this city, the people that are at the tippy top, they don't just let anyone in.
Right.
And I think that's for good reason. I've seen it just in my coming up. It's like every few years, it's like a new cycle of people come in, and they're just like, okay, which one of these people are going to make it through and stick around in 5 years? Which one are just going to vanish?
Right.
It's like every 5 years.
Right. Well, you have been properly vetted and accepted, because you hung out with the likes of Mike Agent X Clark and Delano Smith. So if you get some, thumbs up from those guys alone, then you must be okay.
Heroes, man. Those guys they're big.
Just gives you chills, huh? Right. So so let's talk about your career as a producer and as a DJ. At what point in your life, okay, you've been going to all the movements. At what point did you say, that's what I want to be when I grow up?
My musical past has been kind of, I've been a musician most of my life. My parents started me. I was fortunate to have my parents start me on piano when I was 5. And I didn't stick with it, but I played trumpet for like close to 10 years. I almost went to MSU College of Music for trumpet, and then I fell off on that, but I've been playing bass guitar pretty much ever since.
Okay.
Like since I was 16. So like I was like, I'm gonna be in a rock band, funk music, whatever. That's what I wanted. And I did that for like, this is kind of a history lesson on me. I did that for like till about 2010, until like my last project fell apart. I'm just like, why am I doing this? Even while I was doing the rock music and I was gung ho about that, I was like going to raves and partying, and that's like when I listened to music, I was listening to that music. That's like, what am I doing over here? I should be
Yeah,
over
you was
here.
playing that, but you was listening to that, and you were like straddling the
Yeah,
fence, right?
yeah, I was riding that. I was definitely riding that line, and that's like when I flipped over, I just made more sense. But it's been a long road. As I've always kind of been there. All my friends are DJs. So,
Right.
like my
Well,
closest friend circle are DJs, or they promoted at some point in their life, or they're like close homies with DJs. I'm just like, just logical progression, I guess. I guess I
so
didn't know I was going to be a DJ then. I knew that I wanted to do something in music, and then about 12 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm making the flip.
right. So now let's talk about the pandemic. Everything was normal before 2020. Uh, Everything shut down, the world closed, everything. You can't travel, you can't play. What were some of the things that you did to just keep your
Uh,
sanity during the pandemic? And how are you feeling now that we are getting so-called back to normal? What are some of the things you're going to do to proceed with caution or whatever? So that's like a three-part question. You can pick
yeah, it
it
was.
apart however, you can work through it. Let's start with the pandemic and work our way up.
So, I mean, as it upheavaled, or what's the right word, upended everything. I mean, some people got hit way harder than others. I was super fortunate because I work in tech, and my job just kept on going. But
Okay.
so I was really lucky on that front. And like coming into it was 2020. I was booked to play the main stage before like Adam Beyer and the drum code, basically, and back in 2020. And when that happened, it was obviously soul crushing, and for me personally, but given the grand scale of things, I was just like, I'm way luckier than a lot of people. So, but that didn't really, it still hurt a lot. I had a lot of momentum going up into 2020. Buildings, I had a release with Oliver Dollar on his label, Industry Standard. Sanctuary is the track name, and it did pretty well, given that it came out right when the pandemic started. I think it was like April 1st. It was like early April 2020. And then
Wow.
like I launched my label Info Lines. I had like the record was in hand, ready to go, and so like the whole plan was all this stuff building into movements and kind of use it as a launch pad for the label. And then the world shut down, and like
He was like,
from yeah, all that momentum gone. I was really fortunate. Paxel asked me to play Movement at Home, which was like on its own a very surreal experience. The numbers were nuts. Like honestly, it was the largest crowd I played forever. It was like, I think during my session, I had like 20 on one of their channels at 23,000 viewers.
wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. And
Wow.
so like that was cool. But like, what, for me, how it affected me personally is like I started just dealing with a lot of anxieties. I'm sure a lot of people had, but it started manifesting itself in a physical state. And I got that handled and figured that out. But at the beginning, it was really bad. Like being in isolation sucks.
Yes, it does.
Didn't see anyone for 2 months. I was just like, didn't know what was going on. You think the world's going to end. And at the time, my workplace moved into my studio space, so like they combined that year,
Yep.
which I found for me from a creative standpoint is a giant. I need that separation from my workspace. If I'm working from home, I need to have two separate rooms for that. I can't,
Okay.
like, my
You
creativity
need to
just,
go to the room to the left as the office
yes.
and walk out that door. go down the hallway to the room across the hall, and that's your studio. You needed them two separate entities. I got you.
Oh yeah, and that, I mean, honestly, like my creativity just, some people were able to just work and be creative. Mine just stopped. It's like,
Okay.
and I think it was the merger of the office and the studio space is really what crushed me from that standpoint. That was a mistake.
So how did you come out of that? What were some of the things or some of the tools that you used to kind of like bring you out of that moment?
Well, I took it as a time to, like, I stacked some, before the pandemic, I was kind of already halfway through the process of like putting away, buy a house. And, I found a place that was fit my needs, and I ended up building a very epic studio space. And it just, since, I've only had my studio space together since October, and me personally started really using it in January, and since then my creativity it's back. I can say it's back. It is wholeheartedly there again, and it's like it feels great to be back in the creative sea. But like, I tell you what, like, this stuff comes in waves, and I don't think anyone's immune to it. And if anyone's listening and is going through something like this, just keep at it. Eventually it'll come back to you. It's a your life situation can adversely affect that. And it's just, it's okay to have that happen sometimes.
Right. So let's talk about info lines. So you got all this momentum, movement is coming 2020. You about to be on the main stage, you about to launch your label, you got your record going, and bam. So how did you still continue to get the label going, pivoting into this new way? Well, you're an admin, so you knew how to already switch the dials, right? You got a leg up over a lot of us.
Like, I've always been just a super organized person.
Okay.
I'm one of those weird souls that, it's been in my experience, a lot of people that are creative minded have no organizational skills. It's usually a hard pitch left or right. I'm like firmly left and right.
Okay.
So like, I honestly, it was the one tool that kind of really helped me through the whole pandemic. It's like I used that as a ability. It's like I did write music. It was this more specific for the label. And, I'm fortunate to have awesome friends with Aaron Daniels, Mike Petrick, my design team, Francois Dillinger, Ben Warden, and his wife, Ashley Warden. So like, it's kind of been, it was really helpful through like the darker periods. I still had people to talk to and something to look forward to. And we just kept the wheels greased and going. And, we're just like, I'm not lifting on this. It got a little bit more difficult as time went on with supply chain issues. It's like a 6-month venture just to get one record out.
Right. Wow.
You have to order a record 6 months. So you got to get the mastering, have all that stuff and ready to go. And then when you order, it's like 3 to 6 months, somewhere in there, right? More towards the end. It takes a while.
Wow.
So.
In My House Radio, online 24/7. Featuring only the best techno and house music. And be sure to tune in for Sunday Inspiration, every Sunday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get connected, www.inmyhouse65.com.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. Most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Shabri wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Already in the payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
And remember, Stay safe, save time, make your appointments and payments online.
Who's the Techno Jesus? That's what I want to know.
Ooh. Well, I know who Techno
It's a
God
valid
is.
question.
You know, hey, let's put that out there. But you know who the Techno God is, right?
No.
You don't have no idea, no clue.
No.
So you know who the Techno Father is, right?
I feel like I'm being walked into a question I should know answers to.
Okay, so rumors are, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah. So the Techno Father is Juan.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. But the Techno God, or as you want to call Techno Jesus, I never put it like that. That's Jeff Mills. Everybody knows that's Jeff Mills.
Yeah, that's. I would say yeah. I would agree with that. Yes.
Everybody calls him Techno God, and we could call him Techno Jesus because God and Jesus are one and the same.
It's the wizard, you know.
The wizard. That's right. So yes, that is Techno Jesus. He got a
He's
new
playing.
title.
He's playing Sunday, or is it Monday?
Monday.
Okay.
Closing out.
Look at I know he's on my schedule. I just
definitely.
And I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Me too at this point. And he's got a film release coming up Sunday.
Oh
also.
yeah. That's the what are they calling that one?
Mind Control.
Mind Control.
Yeah.
There's another one too that's like I think Delano I saw a snippet from it'll come to me. I can't remember the name of it, but there's like another documentary coming out.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, like God, let them have. God said, let them have
the machines.
Drum machines. Yeah.
God said, let them have drum machines.
Yeah, that's the one.
Christian Hill has been working on that for years, so he's been putting it together and piecing it together. I think they're getting closer and closer.
That's great. I saw the snippet. It looked pretty good from what I saw. So excited to see what comes
it's gonna be good.
You are in my house, hosted by T. Carlito, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times with a global pandemic now approaching its third year. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. To see if you qualify, please visit. Call 313-388-9799 or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
In My House Radio, online 24/7. Featuring only the best techno and house music. And be sure to tune in for Sunday Inspiration, every Sunday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get connected, www.inmyhouse65.com.
So we got the label part. Now let's get into the movement. So here's your statement on the movement. You said playing the main stage at Movement has been a lifelong dream. So by it being a lifelong dream, does that go back to when you said you've been going to all the festivals since you were knee-high to a cupcake, and you were way back in the back crowd, look, passing the balloons around as they were coming through and throwing the bubbles around. So
yeah, I mean, I was 15 going to these things. I was always dragged along to like haunting parties when I was a kid for my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had it as like that'd be cool to play the main stage with haunting. It's always been like kind of in the back of my mind, but honestly, it was. Now I'm on the main stage.
Now you're on the main stage. It's happening.
Like 22 years later, I was just like, this is actually a childhood dream coming true.
Oh,
like,
22
this shit actually happens.
22 years later?
Yeah, this is like
and 22. You know this is 2022.
Yeah, so it's like first one was in 2000, so 22, 23 years.
Wow. Thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule. I don't want to keep you any longer because I know you have a ton of things to do to prepare. You got to practice some more. You got to play out some more. You got to figure out, I don't want to put that in there. No, I'm gonna bring it anyway, just in case. So I can only imagine what's going on in your mind. But congratulations in being selected. Shout out to Paxahau team. And thank you so very much to Cat Addy for hooking us up. And hey, you're gonna do what you need to do. And I know that it's going to be good. I can almost guarantee it.
Awesome. Yeah. I will try not to disappoint.
You won't. All right. So until next time, this is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show right here with Admin. And listen, yes, he's doing movement, but he also does other things around town. So now you know his name. Look him up. Go to his Facebook. Go to his website. Go to his link tree. Connect. Get connected. Check this guy out. Because if he can open up a movement stage, I think he can just kill a club. And he's also a resident at TV. So, hey, no excuses for you not to see him after this weekend, okay? All right, Mr. Admin, thank you so very much for being here. And like I said, thank you for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule. I so much appreciate you, okay?
Have a lovely day.
You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.